right. Good evening, everybody, indeed. And I am Eldor, the master or the keeper of the Book of Living Spells. And with me is my co-host, Adam, the master of puppets.
I'm a little sideways today,
there
guys.
There he is. Indeed. We are all over the place. And yes, together, when we call on the powers of Grayskull, we become masters of the MOTU
News.
Indeed. So we'll have to keep this one short, because time is just like sand through the hourglass. It gets everywhere.
Right.
Indeed. So yes, we'll try and run for maybe half an hour to an hour, just so that we have a few things coming up next, like a Toy Frenzy coming on soon. And so yes, we've had a few drops there this week. Of course,
yes, sir.
Entertainment Earth had a couple of slots on their drop calendar there, giving us these little subtle hints of some Masters of the Universe figures coming out. And then we found out that indeed a few of the toy tubers there, Pixel Dan, Toy Shiz, and Geek Dad Live were given exclusive first photo looks at the new line of Masterverse and Origins figures coming up this. So we most of us all tuned in on their lives to see what's hot and what's not as well. And so yes, one recent lot of news actually hit us some time ago there with a bit of a boost to the old Halloween, shall we say, and you can dress up as your favorite MOTU characters with the aid of NECA there with their masks. So I'm just going to have a look and
find we got Radical Mums in the house.
Radical Mum, good to see you. Good evening, indeed.
You did? Good.
Oh dear.
Issue?
Here we go.
Okay.
Slight issue, but we're ready to go, as they say.
Okay.
So yes, a short time ago, there was a bit of we'll get rid of that. There was a Powercon show there, I think around 2020 or something. But yes, they had a booth there at NECA showing a couple of the masks that had been worked on. So these are latex,
nice,
almost full-size masks and what have you.
These are cool.
So indeed,
I see an El Tende had the I think he showcased the Skeletor one on his channel. It was really cool.
Oh yes, he did. Anyway, I seem to have lost the main event there that showed all the masks. So I'm just going to do a quick search there.
It's all good. No rushy.
Here we are. So we'll get that onto the screen share with any luck. So yes, so that was just a wee glimpse there of the Hordak mask.
Right.
That was shown at that expo. So we stopped that, and now we have a look at the couple of masks that were there to show. So here we are, a good few lineup, and we're on Pixel Dan's a channel there, but we got the ads, you see. See if we can
Yes.
get rid of all that. There we go. So yes, indeed, here we are over at Pixel Dan's channel, and he was covering the Powercon 2022, rather. And so here he is peeking around the corner there to have a look at our lineup. So we'll stop the video, and yes, here we see at the front Stinkor, Trapjaw, Web Store, and of course Merman, and in the back Skeletor, Hordak, and Beastman. So indeed, a few of these have come up for pre-order so far. We've had Skeletor and Beastman come up at Entertainment Earth, and indeed at the Big Bad Toy Store there.
I thought it was interesting that Hordak was the kind of the sore thumb in the group, because everyone else is a evil warrior, but he's the only Horde member that they decided to do. So it was really weird.
And of course, his color makes him for a bigger mask, too.
Right. Yeah. It just stands out from the rest of them because he's a part of the Horde, right?
Yes, indeed.
He looks pretty cool though. I like that one, and I like the Beastman one the most.
Yes, if I was to go in, it probably had to be the Skeletor mask I'd choose there first. And of course, they come in a nice window box packaging there to keep everything nice and neat, of course. So yes, that was good to see the masks. I believe they did pop up a wee while ago for a limited run that you could purchase there. I'm not sure, he might have been Entertainment Earth again.
Yeah.
But they have indeed brought the Skeletor and Beastman masks back up there. So that's
if we could only get the body costume, that'd be sweet.
Yes, I recall back in the 80s you had the role play sets, He-Man's plastic sword and their shield there, and a mask to go with it, and there has been some of the full body cloth pieces pop up from time to time. So indeed, there's a good bit of stuff to pop on there for the old Halloween if you so choose, or a bit of cosplay there. And, yes. So now we have a look at Powercon 2023. Speaking of which, and we've had a few of the Masters of the Universe tributes pop up there from the Four Horsemen, and they have been doing a few tributes in the Mythic Legions line, and so we've had a few there. Now they've brought out Cosmic Legions. We're getting a few tributes from Masters of the Universe coming out also. So we're going to dive in to see the first of those, which was, of course, the Many Faces tribute there. And here he is. So obviously borrowing from one of the figures in the wave for the bulk of the body armor. Of course, with the Four Horsemen and Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions, you can switch parts out between different figures, and I believe also from Mythic Legions over to Cosmic Legions if you so choose. So yes, here they have one particular body buck all painted up in the Many Faces coloring there. And of course, extra ports where you can plug things in or use for say jet ports if you let your imagination run wild. And you also have placements for putting extra weapons onto the arm gauntlets there. And yes, indeed. So they've got the more humanoid, human-looking face, which we have not since got with Cosmic Legions, because we're mainly dealing with the alien folk there and what have you. So yes, here's a complete loadout of accessories you get with the Many Faces tribute. So we have spare hands, of course, have his weapon there, and of the three different heads. So you have a robot-looking helmet, of course, standing in for the robot face of many faces. And then we have a beastly looking creature, which I think is from Mythic Legions, but they've repurposed it to come across into Cosmic Legions just for this tribute here. But indeed, showing what you can do with the pop and swap customization of this line, and indeed Mythic Legions.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like what they did with the whole monster robot and humanoid face. I thought they were pretty cool. Different take on it, but
obviously you can't do the wee turnstile like you have in the vintage
right.
or let's say classics or Masterverse there. But yes, indeed. So that is but one tribute, and we were sort of hanging on there to see what was out, what else was going to come out. Of course, we knew there was going to be one other exclusive coming out for Powercon there from the Four Horsemen.
Right.
And right, where are we from that one there? Here it is. So Zaxius or Scourge, figure from the Four Horsemen. So yes, this was the second tribute they announced. So of course, a few speculated we might see a buzz off there because of the Spexians are an insectoid like alien race that has come out in Cosmic Legions. Yeah. But no, they dropped the announcement that there was going to be a Whiplash custom there. So indeed, they've used parts from one of the prior Mythic Legions figures, cool. Which is kind of a dragon-looking fellow.
So is he supposed to be like? Is he supposed to be like Whiplash sort of deal? Is that what he's coming? What
yes,
is he mixed
indeed.
With?
So we can see his tail there. So it looks like his armor parts are mixed with something out of Cosmic Legions. Indeed, the staff he is holding there, and yes, but I think for the most part, looking like the shin armor and the feet, legs and arms, and so forth, all from the Mythic Legions figure. I can't recall the name of that character right now, but yes, it's good to see MOTU Tributes starting to bleed out into Cosmic Legions there, and of course, like as I said, they can also do Buzz Off and Roboto and what have you.
Yep, sounds good. Oh, we got Pink Panther, Grey Skulls in the house.
Pink Panther.
Welcome.
So glad you
and
could join
we got
us.
Cobweb. Cobweb is in as well.
Good evening, sir. He's busy at work indeed and popping in. Yes, we're running on a bit shorter time ourselves. So yes. Yes, so a good deal more we can see, as I mentioned, possibly Roboto and Zodak, the Cosmic Enforcer would fit in. So it'd be interesting to see what parts they mix and match around there to give us those, and possibly a bit of a Rio Blast, perhaps. Right, we don't have any content for this segment, but yes, speculating on what we might see teased in the next wave of Origins figures that were announced for the MOTU Monday, because we're still waiting on a few characters there and vehicles that we have seen loosely teased the Bashosaurus there. I forget which card art he was on the back of. I think it might have been, is it Cobra Khan or something?
Right.
Yes, we're waiting on a good few of those. Maybe a Spydor there, or a Dragon Walker, perhaps. And also, Jim, we've been looking out for the weapon accessory packs as well, and all the smaller vehicles you could get in there, like the Jet Sled and the Stilt Stalkers and what have you. So we're still wondering what's up with those. But with indeed the swappability of the Origins line, a good different assortment of pieces would go well. Maybe different arms or boots or what have you, and indeed the weapons and shields and such. So yes, what are we most looking out for there, Adam, sir, or the chat?
Over on my side, I'm waiting for Cyclone. I cannot believe he was not announced in that and out of all those 25 reviews that we got there on what was it, Monday.
Indeed.
No Cyclone, so I was really surprised. But the one that I'm most anticipated for is that I'm waiting for that I want the most is the Dragon Blaster Skeletor. That's the one that I'm after the most. Very excited about that one because I like water-based toys, and they're doing exactly what I wanted them to do. They're going to give him a real chain. They're going to give him the ability to unlock that chain, and they're probably going to do the water feature because it looks like it's a water feature, but they haven't really confirmed or deconfirmed whether it is going to shoot water.
He's got a bigger bulge out his back there. If you see the figure side on, of course we never got that with Cobracon, so that was
right.
Indeed. Well, myself, indeed, we've been looking for more of Extender and the Rockmen, like
right.
Rock-On,
Rock-On and Stone would have been another one that I would have been excited about.
I think is it Cornelis Rosmaneros, if I'm not saying that, if I'm saying that correctly, and they put up a little poster a short time ago saying what they were looking forward to or what might be coming out there. And indeed, we're looking for Roton and Twistoid, I think they are. And, and yes, a couple of the dinosaurs too have been teased. Back on the Chemicons up there.
I think we'll get the T-Rex. I think we will get that T-Rex probably. I think we will get the dinosaurs.
The Tyrannosaurus. Yes.
Right. I think we will get them eventually down the line. Hopefully we get those, and I hope we get the Princess of Power characters too. If things keep going, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get it all.
Yes, the representation of the female warriors was a little bit lacking. We've already seen Snake Man Teela already. They did show her out there, but puzzling, we never saw Terror in amongst all that. Yes, there was a few that have not come up for pre-order. So but we're not going to get too much into that because of time. And
we got Mr. Home Arcades in the house. Welcome in, Mr.
I noticed it there. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah.
And yes, so we did see myself teased on the back there, along with the Bionatops, the other dinosaur there that King Grayskull was riding, and then we also had the Pterodactyl. I believe they had a short run back in the 80s, but the line was soon cancelled, and we never got much in the way of action figures for, say, myself and our hero there. Yes, we're looking forward to indeed seeing a hero and myself come out in Origins, hopefully. And we did see a good few others teased there, like our Lord Grasp, and there's also been lots of talk about Lady Slither coming out around there. She was teased with King Hiss on Chemicon's art. And I think a few of the other warriors that surround him, and possibly we might see Plasma, because I think there were a 3-pack released in Classics there. So you had Plasma and Lord Grasp and one other fellow there.
Right.
And there's so many names to remember. So indeed,
plenty of time.
We're looking forward to looking at what teasers we might see on the latest pre-order reviews. I think I was at Wave 15 of Origins there.
I mean, even if we only had another year left in the line, I'd be happy with that, because we've gotten more than I anticipated that we were even going to get to begin with. So I think it's awesome. So if it ends, it ends. But we do know we got all the way up to 2024. We know we got that.
I'm not sure if it was more of things going to direct to consumer sale.
Right,
and ending at retail, not the end of the whole, toy line per se. I think that might have got a bit skewed up in the old grapevine there. I think it was meant more for things might be shifting more to the
Yeah.
your Mattel Creations and so forth, and more online,
Yeah.
which would be sad because it defeats the purpose of having the age-old toy hunt there. Go
Yeah.
the thrill of the hunt.
I
as it were.
think
But yes, go to
I think Moss Man's going to be the hardest one to get a hold of. I just got that gut feeling because he's the Walmart exclusive, and isn't he not Walmart online
he's
exclusive?
also showing up at sorry.
Is he not only is he supposed to be online only exclusive, or is he retail and store as well?
Well,
That's
we
the
have
part that
heard
I'm not
some
sure.
people asking Walmart employees, asking them whether or not they'll be having him in, and some Walmarts have stopped bringing the line altogether. So it could possibly look like going to online at Walmart. But indeed, he's popped up on the German site Collector Bay there, and also
I saw that. Yeah,
listing on the French site Lulu Berlu, I think it said. So that's the only other place I've seen Origins Mossman pop up on the
that makes me wonder if they're just grabbing it from Walmart and then they're going to sell it on their site. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a third party. Is that a second party? Is like what is it? You know what I mean?
I think it's
not enough information there.
Third party sites, but yes,
probably.
I'm not
Which
sure how
means
to
they're
gauge
grabbing
the
it from the
Lulu
Walmart
Berlu
exclusive.
Site.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it either. I only
Mattel might be sending a whole lot of figures out to all these other places to get rid of all the stock with all these stores not bringing them in because sales have not been doing too well. But that could be, again, as I mentioned, one of many things. People not being able to afford the figures, even though they're relatively affordable or cheap. They may be looking for more, putting food on the table than buying action figures. Putting too much emphasis on buying the toys there and so forth.
Right.
So we have Mr. Home Arcade. I think we'll get everything from the vintage line. It only doesn't come out until 2024. Correct? Yes. I'm sure they'll get the stuff out for that release. Yes, so
probably.
I believe we will see the entire vintage line and maybe a few more obscurities, perhaps there. Hopefully the dragons.
I really hope so.
Indeed, we'll no doubt have a few more Mattel Creations exclusives pop out there. That might handle most of these deep cut, I believe you say, and maybe the dragons there, or possibly the Dragon Walker or two. Maybe it's been talked about on what other playsets we might see, like the Fright Zone and the Slime Pit, and maybe a couple of the Crystal Castle there, the Princess Castles, or the long wanted Chernos Palace. But indeed, I believe Classics had plans for their own playset for the Snake Men, or Lady Slither or something. It was a bit of a snake dwelling castle or something. I forget the name now, but yes, that was one they might have had on the pipeline. Indeed, if they still had the license from Mattel to produce, there was a Super 7 there, because the last one they produced was the Snake Mountain playset. Before, yes, the license left them and went back to Mattel, took everything back, you see, for Origins and then Masterverse. Right, we'll quickly move on there to yes, some other news we had there for the Lego sets. I believe we've had Skeletor's Havoc Star already come out there, and indeed the Castle Grayskull and recently Snake Mountain in the Mega Constructs line. But of course, Mega Constructs have also done other little play sets like I think the Wind Raider, and you get the minifigures, and there was a smaller Grayskull set for the 40th celebrations there last year, where you got He-Man changing from Prince Adam to He-Man and what have you. So here we are on Toy Habits. They have just kicked things back off again and returned to YouTube with their new segment. And yes, so here we have they reported on the Power Sword reveal for Mega Constructs there. I believe there was a calendar update on the Mattel Creations site, but I was unable to find that, so it might have got taken down a short time after. But yes, it looks like an Amazon exclusive, so that could have been why it was taken down at Mattel Creations.
Right.
I see a bit of that going on. Recently, we had, of course, the pre-orders for the latest announcements in Origins and Masterverse, and we had the Talon Fighter pop up at BBTS there, the Big Bad Toy Store. But then day after that, I think it was either that day or the following day they took the listings off on the website. Not sure what happened there, but my pre-orders still remained in my pre-order pile. And then yesterday, it looked like the listing had gone back up for the Talon Fighter there. So it looks like a nice bit of box to go along with that set. Bit of one of these exclusive fold-outs. So it looks like it opens up either at the bottom or the top there. And you might get a nice window framing or something of all the parts. And yes, there's the sword itself, looking nicely covered in the smooth Lego pieces. Yes, you get a few of the pieces with the odd knobbly bits sticking out, but and that's the way Lego works in this day and age. Yes, I think they captured the form of the sword rather nicely. The filmation look there.
You get Speaking Moistly's in the house.
Oh, good evening, Speaking
Moistly. We got him going.
Yes. The sword measuring a little over 30 inches long is a great representation of the iconic blade of He-Man in brick form. Yes, not a bad looking set.
Yeah, it's kind of neat
to go with the Havoc staff of Skeletor there.
Yeah.
So a few more shots, and of course you're going to withstand there with brick possibly printed on there. I don't know if it'll be a sticker. Looks like it'll be more printed on, I suppose. Little piece there for the stand. And yes, a nice close-up on the top. The handle of the sword, and then all the this last photo will show all the inner support build up as you do with the old Lego sets there. Get the old support going, always important. So looks like it'll be a good many pieces going into that playset indeed. All right, so we're coming to the end of our news segment due to time, and yes, speaking of masks and cosplay, we know a short time ago Rebekah Mcdonald, or she goes under another name too, Action Girl, 87 or something on the Instagram, but I've linked her Instagram account. Oh, Newt, that's the one. I've linked to her Instagram account in the description of this video, and yes, she also co-acts with me sometimes on Masters of the Mini Comics, with headed up by Robert there. So of course I play the voice of Zodak, the Cosmic Compulsor, and she voices of course her cosplay sake of Teela sometimes, and so yes,
cool.
prepared a few images and things to look at on that.
Yeah, they did a real fantastic job on that costume. It's amazing.
And here we are, one of her final cosplay shoots.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yes, wonderful detail all across the board there.
Yeah.
From the snake armor, the ridges there. So I'm guessing there's probably a part somewhere how she can get her head in through that hole there. So something us cosplayers have to always consider. How are you going to get into these things, and how to keep yourself cooled down. And although I don't think she'd have any trouble with the heat, because she's more open face cosplay. See, most of my costumes I'm fully covered up there from head to toe. It doesn't really get hot at times. But no, some of my cosplays are usually light, and the cold air can get in there and what have you. But yes, so we have starting at the headpiece here, which is separate from her main snake armor frill.
It's just amazing how they did that. Even the
detail.
Like the emerald for the eyes. How in the world did they do the eyes? The eyes and the emerald in the forehead. That's fantastic.
So there's a few materials one can use it. There's a warbler. So a warbler can come in big sheets of like a plastic that you heat form, and you can also scrunch up the scraps and reuse it. And also comes in the deco art pellets, which you heat up again with a bit of a paint stripper heat. You have to get quite hot. And that comes in various types, like a white, and you get a clear, even a clear deco art that you can using oil paints. You can also color the deco art pellet. So you squeeze a bit of the oil paint on there when it's all heated up, and you meld it in your hands to spread the color throughout the warbler there. So definitely the clear gems can be done that way.
How do you get it shiny like that though?
Or she could also cast them in a clear and coloured resin also. So the teeth could be done either with 3D printing or indeed the warbler deco art or again a casting in the resin there. But most of her costume appears to be made in the foam, the matte foam or the anti-fatigue mat you have there when you're working on a car or something.
Right.
And you can create patterns and shape it into
I'm trying to figure out how she got her. I'm trying to figure out how she got it on her head. Like how, like
because it's a reasonably flexible material. So you start off with flat templates there, and then you can join them up and with the tensions and different shapes on the edges. When they join up, you create your 3D form there, and so forth. So it's fairly easy if you know how the different methods and what have you to create.
That's cool
stuff with these materials. I'm not sure if her snake staff was mostly 3D printed, but there's many ways you can get around that, of course, if you do not have a 3D printer. And
that's pretty cool.
So yes, we have a few more images to show there. So we're going over to the her main Instagram account, and then here we are at Action Girl 87. And yes, here we have the top of the snake staff there. So probably
nice,
in its
before it was
stage,
painted.
probably in its primer stage, yes. So a bit of a primer, perhaps, gone all over that to seal everything up.
Yeah.
But indeed,
so how would she have gotten the texture on it, like the texture on the snake, the top of it, and around the mouth? How did they get the texture? I wonder.
I'm not sure if that was 3D printed, but possibly indeed something you could do in your Blender or whatever 3D program you have access to.
Okay, I see.
If you do a bit of a clay sculpture too, as you notice in the top there, little dabs of holes, which could be done by, say, a ballpoint pen tip with the nib, of course, back in the housing there. You just poke that all over the surface of the clay. So she could have made a clay form up first, and then did a bit of a mold of that and cast in maybe a resin or something also.
That's pretty amazing.
But sadly, we were going to. It was a bit last minute, but we were going to see if we could get her onto the segment there tonight to see if she could just tell us a few of these little bits that she worked on and how she did that. But looking to possibly get her on another segment later on. So indeed, we'll get all that information in due time. And going to fill it down here, I saw where was it? There was a little progress on the headpiece there, or might have gone past it, I think. Oh, yes, I did. I went past it. So here we have a little video showing it on a mannequin head there. So indeed, if you have a mannequin head, you can, or something close to your head shape, you can add bits of shapes on top, and then sometimes what I do is I cover in a bit of tin foil, and then I use masking tape all over, big cake of masking tape all over that to help keep the shape, and then you draw your different cut lines that allow you to cut the shape up once you've pulled it off the head form there, or if you added, say, a bit of sculpting polystyrene perhaps over top of your head form, and then you covered over that with a bit of a body cast, as they call it, similar to what you do with the glad wrap and the duct tape over your body. Just using a bit of tin foil and masking tape, you can do a similar type of method. And then you pop off that shell. You don't have to do the whole. If it's a reasonably symmetrical form, you can do half of it. Of course, you flip the templates over. You see to make the other half there. So after you have your cut lines and detail lines, which you can also incorporate as a cut line, I suppose. And once you have all that designed, you just cut the cut lines up, and you could also add V bends. So what that is you cut into the underside of the foam, so the side that doesn't show on the outside. You see, you cut sort of almost through it, but leaving a bit of a tooth, and then you bend and you cut one side on a bit of an angle, and so when you come to join it back around, you get a nice sharp sort of form, say around these areas here. That could be done with a bit of a V bend, you see. And then, yes, once you have that all made up in the foam and what have you, you can seal that up and then paint. And here we have another video here showing her in action indeed. And I do like the metallic red that she used in her armor. And it really pops when you're outside in the thick of battle there, in the nature and what have you. Yes, indeed. The fur and the boots are very spot on.
Yeah, very accurate.
That Teela look, that ferocious warrior look to her, indeed. That goes in with her cosplay. So getting into the character. But yes, here's another short photo there of her in her Teela outfit, which I guess she uses. She just made the snake armor to go over top, as indeed it was with the action figure there. And she's with old merman there. Indeed. So she's very talented cool. and clever, like all the many cosplayers out there. So yes, that is Rebekah Mcdonald or Rebekah Newt, I think it is, and that's her Instagram page there. Action girl underscore 87. So yes, you can find her link in the video description of our new segment here.
Perfect. Alrighty.
And yes, so to end the new segment off there, yes, we've had a good friend of all the channels, Rolo. He's been struggling. I think he's living in Mexico currently. Yes, he's battling cancer there. So we're a group of us banding together on the 25th, heading over to Grindhead Jim's channel there. He's doing a bit of a benefit for life to help Rolo out there to raise a bit of money so we can get some surgeries to help him cope with the cancer, of course. But indeed, it's a terrible illness that affects many there. So we're wishing Rolo, or I think he goes by Masters, was it Maniacs Mexico? For his YouTube name there. Yes, indeed, we're wishing him luck, and of course also he's hoping we can raise the amount of money that he needs to supplement, of course, whatever he's able to afford to help him get those surgeries. Yes. So yes, that's just about the end of our segment. We just wanted to let you all know to keep that fresh in your memories there. But that is all going down on Grindhead Jim's channel. I believe he'll be on his Rolo's other channel there too.
Perfect.
At the same time. So yes, Toy Habits also has a new segment. We didn't quite touch on what we might see in the future. We had to because of time. But yes, we head over to Toy Habits too. They are going to be talking about what we might see in a few of the snake people there, because indeed 2023 been the year of the rise of the snake men. So be sure to catch out their segment. But yes, I think we will call that a day. And
we'll call it.
Anything you have going on there, Adam? So.
Yep, we've got Wednesday night, this upcoming Wednesday. We've got our live unboxing for CobraCon, so we're going to be doing CobraCon this weekend. I got some other stuff in the works here in the background that I'm keeping secret until it's time, because I'm going to be following another toy franchise. It's going to be a vintage toy franchise this time around. So keep an eye out for that, because I got some stuff brewing up in the background. So that's going to be coming up fairly soon, within a month or two. So I just got to get stuff in ready for it and all that fun stuff. But we got that stuff coming. And of course, anything that drops Mattel Creations, I'm always covering that live. You guys can reach me at Radical Toys 79 on Instagram. I pretty much live on there. And you can also easily reach me just through the YouTube comments, because I respond to each and every one that I notice. So sometimes YouTube doesn't like to show them to you. Sometimes you don't see them. But the ones that do, I always respond to them. So you can reach me over there too.
Yes, of course. I've included your links there.
Perfect.
In the video description as well.
Perfect.
So yes, I guess I haven't got much coming up as soon as such. Still a few things I'm working on, but indeed, as per my last video, I've struck a bit of a busy spell there. So that's restricted me from my usual reviews. But I hope to be back on there soon, of course.
Sounds
so
good.
Yes, with that, we will say good journey, everybody, and waves. Cheerio.
See ya.